This is video 5 of 101. This video is about voting with our dollars. I needed to make a specific video about voting with your dollars because I need everyone to know how powerful they are. Every single one of those dollars contributes to a company that has a larger impact than your small dollars. Your small dollars collectively is what they're being supported by. Every single dollar you spend is a vote for the kind of society that you want. So if you're spending your dollars down to the local farmers markets and the local stores, you're putting your dollars right back into your community, and that is an amazing feeling when you're really supporting your community and you're supporting sustainable and ethical practices. It's a really beautiful feeling. And I know that right now those things are a bit more expensive, but if we just started to support them more and we just took some time and invested into our communities, we would be able to bring down that price if it just became the norm. So what we need to do is support the local and the people around us and the sustainable and the ethical and the environmentally friendly and people who are aiming for the future and young people. There's so many amazing young companies out there with people who are so smart and they are driving change and they are saying, hey, I don't want to live in a world where I can't go outside and breathe fresh air. That is not a world that I want to live in. We have the most amazing planet, the luckiest rock in the loneliest place. We cannot be taking this planet for granted. Our dollars have the biggest impact in what's going on. And so if we're supporting fast food and fast fashion and factory farming and factory fishing, all these terrible, destructive industries that we're not even realizing what the back end of them is because we're not even looking into them, we're just being blindly thrown these marketing messages and we're like, oh yeah, like I'm just here in a store and I'm just giving you money and I get this thing that's in a nice pretty package and that's awesome for me. And as a consumer, you have no idea because you're purposefully kept unaware of what's going on, so you can be giving them your dollars without even worrying about it. To them, it's cheaper to do 1,000,000 products at $1 than 1,000 products at $10. But to do that product at $1, they have to convince you that it's worth $10. And I know globalization has been able to give us a lot of choices, and that's a really great thing, and I'm not saying we should stop supporting that because it's been able to help a lot of countries prosper. But we need to make sure that all that is still being done sustainably and ethically. That dollar doesn't just stop when you give it to that cash register and you receive that product and you use that product and you're done with that product and you don't even ever think about that dollar again. That dollar is supporting a company that potentially has a really big impact, and there are a lot of companies right now that are having a very largely negative impact on the world, and we need to make sure that we are not supporting these companies. We are not supporting factory farming. We are not supporting any of these mass destructive companies. These next 96 videos are going to be about how to live beyond needing these corporations and how to get back to cooking and how we can go to our local grocery stores and we can pick up produce and we can learn how to cook and go back into our kitchens and actually provide food for ourselves and not have to rely on a company to provide our food. We can actually just go to a grocery store or we can go to a market and pick up produce and be able to actually do something with that that's going to be tasty and is actually not going to be very difficult. So I'm really excited to bring you guys these educational series. I want you to know the perspective that I'm coming from, that it's not about everyone going vegan, it's not about going super healthy right away. I know obviously health is a big thing, and that's more about going plant-based if you want to be healthy, not necessarily vegan because you can be a junk food vegan. But our number one goal is to eradicate factory farming and to really look into where our products are coming from and evaluate if they're ethically and sustainably sourced. Because if they're not, it's not just about that one product. It has a huge impact in the back end. We need to start thinking about where our dollars are going. Every single dollar you spend is a vote for the kind of society that you want. So let's not make it cheap, easy, and fast.